Just turned the FX6 into a $7,000 vlog camera in New York City because my back hurts and I don't want to carry it out all this other crap that I got. But I hope you guys are enjoying this NAB footage. Let's get back to it. It's literally 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm headed into New York City from upstate New York, and this is just some motivation for y'all. Like, yo, when you want to make it somewhere, when you want to make it in filmmaking, to network, to get what you need to get done, it could take a little bit of a sacrifice. All right, so this ain't easy like people make it out to be on the internet. Like, you gotta know people, you gotta know the processes, and this is just part of the journey. So be prepared to do stuff like this all the time to get the shots. If you want to get the shots 4 a.m, you're gonna have to get up, you know, to put the work in if you want the results on the screen. So I left my tripod in my car, so a lot of this is gonna be man on the street style and like interviewing with some B-roll there. So I was able to get in touch with one of my representatives from Blackmagic, and she let me know what questions I could answer for you guys out there. The goal is to educate beginner filmmakers and people that are maybe even in it too, but just to get more energy and less money spent and really focus on creativity. Like, I'm all the way bent down, but yeah, that's the goal for this whole day. Focus on creativity. Let's get it.
I'm Bob Keneally from Blackmagic Design. I've been here 16 years. I came with the Da Vinci acquisition in 2009.
Wow, so you're very vetted on it. All right, great. What sets Blackmagic apart from other camera companies?
I think the reason that even we got into cameras is because of Da Vinci Resolve. We were looking for a better workflow, and we decided that if we could build an acquisition device on the front end, we could improve the workflow all the way through to the end. And because of our, over the years, we developed our own sensors, we developed our own Blackmagic RAW codec. All of those tools then running through Da Vinci Resolve with our color science led us to being able to shoot affordably and run it through our software and get really excellent results at the end without people having to spend a fortune.
Thank you, thank you. What are some of those, speaking about fortune and money now, because a lot of people on my channel want to have the budget option. What are some cameras that you can recommend?
Sure.
Or some device that you can recommend for first time users?
Pocket Cinema Camera 4K is a little over $1,000, and it comes with the full Da Vinci Resolve Studio license, so you can use all the tools there. We even added ProRes RAW to that camera recently. But Blackmagic RAW is like our primary tool, but all of the cameras have the same setup. They have the same menu structure. So no matter if you go from our Pocket Cinema camera all the way up to our 17K 65, if you use the menus, they're all the same. And that's one of the things that we're very good at, is keeping a lot of the similarities between the cameras the same all the way through. So if you are on set and somebody brings another Blackmagic camera and you're already familiar with them, you know how to use it. Now, your viewers should also know that you can use our Blackmagic camera app that's available free on iPhone and Android, right? So whatever you want to use, you can use that. And that camera app simulates the menus that we use in our other cameras. So you get used to the Blackmagic workflow. You can get used to the Blackmagic cloud workflow where you send in the files directly out of the phone through the cloud, right? We even introduced this new camera dock that goes with the new iPhone 17 Pro and Max, so you can record ProRes RAW by plugging in an SSD drive, and we have GenLock in there, and it just provides some really professional tools that brings to these new cameras, and they're also able to send those files live through our Blackmagic Cloud service so that people can start working on those files as they're being shot. So all of that workflow, because we can do that with our other cameras too, but that way to get in is to try it out on the phone. You'll get used to the way the whole thing works. So when you pick up one of our cameras, you're like, oh, I know how to use these menus. I know how to use the cloud service. I know how to use Da Vinci Resolve because I downloaded the free version first, and then I got a camera, and now I have the studio version. So it really just kind of...
And that studio version's for life?
Yeah,
Wow.
we haven't charged for any upgrades since we started that.
That is an amazing thing that you should definitely promote to my viewers. They would definitely love to hear that as a
Absolutely. one-time
purchase for that subscription. I mean, for that software.
Yeah. I guess we started with version 8. We're up to version 20 now, and so if you got a license back then, you're still using it. So yeah.
So,
You know, it's interesting, we have so many things that you can do in the cameras, but oftentimes I'll ask people, hey, do you know you can load your own LUTs and you can just send the LUT out to a monitor, but if you're recording RAW, it doesn't bake it in, so then you can add it back when you get into DaVinci Resolve. And there are just so many things that you can do to simplify your workflow. The thing that I am impressed with is the amount of knowledge that's shared online to get people to understand certain things. And oftentimes people will ask us, hey, what third-party product should we go with? And we don't talk about third-party products because it's not really our job, but we have a Blackmagic forum online that has a dedicated cinematography section so that you can ask all kinds of questions, and it's great because the information gets shared between users, and it's people that actually are using it that say, oh man, I use this, I like this microphone, I like different monitors, whatever it is. But recently we introduced, we have a very small camera called our Micro Studio camera, 4K G2. It's like this big, and but you can actually plug in USB-C. On the USB-C port, you can get like a dongle, so you can actually use one of our Pixis monitors with it. You can attach a drive and record Blackmagic RAW on it, and you can use our zoom and focus demands when you have the right lens, and and it's one of those things where I learned that from finding out on our forum exactly what they were, which one to buy. I was like, oh, I'll get one of those, and then it all worked.
So we just left part of NAB to come back, take a break, but got my name out there to SanDisk, Blackmagic, B&H, Aperture, just to show you guys some companies that you might not know about, or just some products you might not know about, really, from the beginner all the way to somebody who's more experienced. Yeah, that's the goal.
If you're just starting out, two things you can do that are free. You can go to download the camera app on your phone, whether it's iPhone or Android, right? So then you get used to the Blackmagic workflow, the way that we use the cloud service, the way that our menu structures look, getting better results from your phones. And then after that, you download the free version of DaVinci Resolve, and you can get started with an editing program that does editing, color grading, Fusion visual effects, Fairlight audio. It's a great way to actually, if you use a different system, you can round trip between them if you need to. But a lot of those tools are available free to get going, and we have some way to get started on Resolve. Teach you how to do Resolve on our site, where you can download and get ready to use. There's a project and a sample project, and it takes you through. So it's like there's tools that are free that you can do. And and I'm an old guy, and back when I started, you needed a lot of money to get going if you wanted to shoot, because you had to shoot film and all those things, where today I can do a lot more for free than I could ever have done with $200,000. So it's really insane what's available. And there's so many guys that share knowledge that it's really easy to find things. I mean, I still use it every once in a while. If I haven't used something in a while, I'm like, how do I do that again? Oh yeah, oh there it is, thank you. So I really think that people need to learn to take advantage of all the free things that are out there, because sometimes people don't think that free is any good, but you know what, if you try it, you'll find out they're really good.
Next, I was able to head over to the Sony booth and secure an interview with one of the workers over at Sony, who gave you guys some insight on what cameras and things to choose regarding filmmaking.
Hi, my name is Thomas Cubby. I'm Senior Sales Support Engineer for Sony Electronics.
How long have you been doing that for?
I've been with Sony for 25 years. That's following a 12-year career in video production. So I've been in the industry for about 37 years.
What sets Sony apart from other camera companies?
Wow, there's so many things. I think the big thing about Sony is the reliability. I remember early on in my Sony career being told by an engineer at a TV station that no chief engineer ever got fired for buying a Sony. So that speaks a lot to our reliability, you know, that people can count on the product, that it's going to work, and that we back our product, right? Also, if you look at our cinema line cameras, which range from the FX30 all the way up to the Venice 2, we're a one mount company. That means as you start off, maybe as an entry-level camera, something like an FX30, which has a very attractive price point, that as you grow into the Sony ecosystem, you can use the same glass all the way up to a Venice 2. And now it's going to have different functionality, like a Venice 2 doesn't have autofocus, but a Burano does. And so all the way through from an FX30, an FX3, an FX2, FX6, even the PTZ camera, the FR7, is an E-mount, and you can use those same lenses on that camera as well.
Ooh, so finally made it back to this apartment, or not apartment, this hotel after a day of NAB, right? Cooked, you know, me walking around. Make sure you got your walking muscles ready for NAB or any conference you go to, and your talking muscles and your social battery, because now I am cooked. Got a little New York City, a little Italy, a little, I forgot the name of the restaurant. I'm not even gonna plug it because I don't care, but can't wait for tomorrow, day 2. Gonna reset, meet a couple more brands. I didn't get to sit with a couple of speakers I wanted to talk to today, like Panasonic and Canon. I really want to get you guys the full experience, maybe some Fujifilm, so that you guys can really, you know your teeth into any camera system, not just what I use. I love Sony, would always stick by it, can vouch for it because I've always used it, but you guys might not want to use Sony. You guys might want to use other cameras. Sorry if you can hear background noise. I'm in Chinatown right now, like riding on the street, so yeah, but I'm gonna get some sleep and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Okay, right now we're on the FX30 and the Tamron 28-75. It's a bit tight at 28, even though it's a full frame lens. Would recommend going something maybe like a Sony 18-105 if you know how to do stuff like this on it and not look crazy. But yeah, we're headed back to NAB.
I could just upload it there, right? Yeah, I think you'll send an application and then you via email.
So we're gonna go film the FX6 video for New York, which is a big piece for me growing up, you know, how I grew up. So this is behind the scenes, just left NAB. I'm gonna film all day here in New York City, then head back up to Cuse and edit it. So hope you guys enjoy that short film. About to meet Emily and we're gonna shoot together. Let's get it. Favorite camera? One of my favorite spots here in New York City. Actually, I lied. Second favorite camera. Got Emily here. FX30, FX6, New York City. Video coming soon. Just got back in my car and driving back to upstate New York. But one thing you gotta realize for NAB New York is that it's mainly aimed at people who want to get into broadcasting and that side of filmmaking, like sports and live events, streaming. The other NAB, which is in Vegas, is really geared toward content creators, creatives like that, documentary filmmakers, one-man band people. So know that when you are going to be signing up for this event in New York. The brands are still there, but they're not there for particular purposes that are geared toward my audience, at least.